Well, welcome back to the Lucid SMP. My name is Sam, or Erfaren, and today we are going to continue on with getting things ready for the golf course, and we might actually also go and help Skye with a little bit of a project that we've really been needing to work on. But before we do any of that, speaking of our golf course, I've spent a lot of time here at the Trident farm, and while I haven't gotten a ton of Tridents, I've gotten quite a few. So if we turn around here, and we'll take out these two that have just dropped, you'll see we've got 4 new Tridents right here, not to mention all these Nautilus shells, which I think seems like a great idea to just put a ton of the, oh, whatever they're called, the things that make you breathe underwater, those things. Yeah, we're gonna put a few of those at our base, because I think those would be super, super helpful to have around. So it's actually nice to have a lot of those Nautilus shells as well. And then not to mention some copper and a ton of rotten flesh that we could trade with some of the villagers at the trading hall. You can see some of that's reflected over here. I've mostly condensed things to this side though. But then on top of that, actually, this one right here is one of the other ones that I got. So we actually, in here, if we just go ahead and grab this one, we now have 6 Tridents, which is a pretty good number and probably about as many as we'd have people playing at any given time. So I'm actually feeling really good with all of that for right now. But what we need to do now, obviously, is get all of these actually enchanted up to how they need to be. Again, that's with Riptide and Unbreaking and Mending, so that they are in the perfect state for our escapades there at the golf course. So I will go ahead and drop those there and take out that mean guy who just decided to hit me. And with that, I think, why don't we go ahead and pack up this and take a little trip back, probably to the trading hall, but to get some more things for these Tridents. So we're going to need, obviously, more Unbreaking 3 books. We're going to need more Mending books and more Riptide books, but it's all going to be so worth it. And then we can go and drop all of these over with the items that we have already waiting for us, where the golf course is going to be. And there's loads of ladders here. So, for those that don't know, I stream most of the time on Tuesday nights. Recently, I streamed on a different night, but when I was streaming, I found out that Skye and Altair were putting ladders all over my base. So we've got a ton here, we've got a ton there, and a couple of silly jokes over here. Which I will just read to you now. Why should you never trust a ladder? Because they're always up to something. Anyway, no, honestly, very good fun, but I hope both of you know that I know how to prank back. Just because I'm soft doesn't mean I can't prank back, so be ready for it. But now that we've got that threat out of the way, let's go ahead and take a trip back on into the Nether and to the trading hall so that we can actually get some of this stuff sorted out. All right, let's get out what we need to get out, and that would be the ores chest. Yep, there's our emeralds. And then what books do we still have? So we got 1 Riptide book. And that's about it. So we're gonna need 4 more Riptide books, 4 Unbreaking books, and 4 Mending books. Can we start with you? Let's see, so 3, 6, 9, 12. So that should get us all of the books that we need. Boom, 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 perfect. And then for you, I need... I guess we can buy 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. There's our Unbreaking books all handled. And then we are gonna need Mending. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. And then we'll grab our Riptide and put it there as well. Who had Riptide? You have Riptide. There we go. And we got all of our Riptide books. So now we have all of the books that we should need. And actually, I didn't even need the last one I forgot about. So now we just got an extra Riptide book. But that is all of the books that we need to go ahead and enchant up the rest of these. So what we need to do now is just go grab a couple more levels from the Enderman XP farm. And then once we've done that, we can get all of these right here merged up with all of this. And you know what? I'll just leave them here so we don't forget that that's what we're doing. And now with our hostile mob volume turned all the way down, let's go ahead and get some levels. Beautiful. And now we have all 4 of these ones all enchanted up. So I'm just going to do one more round here just to get these completely done. And then we can head on out and take them to where the golf course is, but we're going to stop and help Skye with something before we start working on the golf course. Future golf course. This is where it's all going to be, and I've actually already started building a lot of it, actually offline and creative, but oh my goodness, I'm so excited to get it put together and let you all see it. But here are the materials that we gathered the last time. So you see we've got all of our moss and things. That's all here. And then now I'm going to go ahead and drop some of our tridents here. And that way we've just got everything in one place. And we'll hold on to one just in case we should want to use a trident for ourselves for now. Beautiful. There we go. So we are going to work on this, but that's going to happen later because first, I told Skye that I would help out in the Nether, so we're going to go try and do our best to find Skye. Oh yeah, before I find Skye, just take a good look at this because pretty soon, this is going to be a whole lot different. And that's the only spoiler I'll give you there. If you want more of a spoiler, go and watch my stream from this past Thursday, because I did a little bit more of a spoiler there, but there's my little teaser for those of you that just watch the videos. Skye.
Hi.
Hi. We're just.
Where are you? Oh, hello.
I'm right here. We're just placing slabs.
Sorry, I had to turn down my music so I could hear myself. I'm placing down blocks first, so then I can put slabs on them, and then if we go to break the slabs, there's still something there, and we don't fall and die.
Okay.
And then, yeah, for now, it's just temporary. It's just so that things won't spawn here.
It can. Oh, right, because they're bottoms. Okay. Do you just want me to throw together some slabs then? How did we both just manage to do that?
How did we both do that? Okay, stone cutter, and I have like 3 shulkers of stone. Boom.
Okay. Well, I will get to I'll get to placing some slabs then. Well, with so much of that done, I really am feeling like maybe the next thing we need to do is get ourselves a little bit of like, I don't know, our own personalized nether area right here. Because like now we're fully connected up to everything. And just imagine like maybe some of our towers or like a really nice bridge or something that connects to our portal. Oh my gosh. The ideas are flowing. I've got them all. But that's a not right now thing. Right now we need to head to the gaming district so that we can put in just a little bit of work on our golf course. Now, I did kind of talk about this here in the last episode, but the main thing for this golf course is that I want it to be shaped like the word lucid. So before we can even get started with anything, what we need to do now is get the layout of the word put here amongst all of this. So, wish me luck. Now, it's not the easiest thing to see right now, but if we turn ourselves around, we do have very clearly spelled out Lucid, and it looks pretty dang good. If I do say so myself, I am actually pretty proud of the spelling out of all of that. So my idea is we'll still have kind of a set of, I'm not really sure on how many holes just yet, but we're not going to just have like one hole per letter or whatever for all of the holes. Like for example, for the first hole for L, I think we're probably going to like maybe tee off from over here somewhere and shoot over there. And so this one will be one hole, but then when you get to the U, you've kind of got these two separate areas that I was thinking maybe shooting from inside of this, over in this little part of the mesa, there's like an open center. And I was thinking, what if you shot from the inside of this with an obstructed view all the way over here to this area and had that be this half, and then you come over here and this is the tee box somewhere over here for this side where you shoot back toward that lava. So I think there's plenty of stuff to experiment with here and to figure out how we want to lay these all out. But I think if we want to go ahead and just, I don't know, try and set up the first hole, I think that could be a really good way to at least get started with this whole process. And like I said, I'm thinking maybe a good tee off spot would be, I don't know, is this too close? Here's the thing, I don't want these to be too hard. So I don't want it to be like par 5, anything like that. You know, these all should be like par 3 easy, you know, easy things for anybody to be able to play. So I think this is probably a good distance. And it, you know, it makes people have to aim a little less than they would if they did a full jump with the Riptide, or get creative with how they do it. So I think this is a great spot to set up. But the question is now, where do we, I guess, do we leave this area right here as kind of an open space and then start building here for the actual fairway? Or I don't know, I kind of like that idea, because then we could maybe use the greenery to actually act as the kind of the bold lettering, because I'm not going to leave this outline here forever. So maybe if we use the greenery to actually make the letters, that actually could help make all of this stand out. So with that said, let's go grab, I don't know, a couple of our boxes of greenery and maybe get to work on some of this. I'm gonna take, I don't know, we'll take like 4 stacks of that, and maybe we can get to work on this. So I'm wondering if we do a little bit of like a build out like this and maybe make it like, I don't know, like 1, 2, 3 out on all sides from kind of this center lining, is that gonna be enough? Also, I have a shovel, so we could use that. And I do want to leave in like some of the natural formation, so I don't want to take away all the sand. So maybe we'll just cut that much and then maybe cut to this level. I don't know. Let's see how this looks as we start to get going. I think we're gonna probably want a map or something to actually help us visualize this from above. But for now, we can at least start with this, and then maybe we'll just make this whole area level in here. Where did our sand go? There we go. So that's 1, 2. So we actually want this to be out to 3 out on this side if we can. And now I guess we just get to get creative with this. I mean, maybe we could do like a bunker right here or something, like, you know, a little obstacle. I don't know why somebody would end up right here, but if they did, make it at least have some type of obstacle there. I think that could be fun. Okay, let's clear this stuff out. Now I do think at some point we definitely are gonna texture this and make it not just be moss, but for now we're just gonna have moss to actually set out what the course is gonna look like, and then once we have the course all set up, we'll come through, we'll do some more texturing to this, but then that way we at least know where bunkers and other water things are going to be, and kind of anything else that I decide to build here. So I think it's, yeah, best to at least just get the course put in first and then figure out kind of the nitty gritty of it, of the rest of it. Now the question is, how close to this corner do we want to get? Do we want it to just be like, you know, maybe out to this, and then we'll have this pedestal be this will be some sort of obstacle for players to face. I kind of like that. So that would be the curve that we'll take around. Oh, maybe we'll do. I don't know. Maybe we'll just do like that. Yeah, we'll do it. Well, okay, that is how big that'll be. So we'll do just like this. We'll mine this all the way back to where this is. And what I'm thinking again is maybe we just add in a bunker like right here. So here, actually, before I go and cut out that bunker, what if we fill this in? And then I will cut in the bunker that I was thinking of. And I want to go grab some like actual sand, not the red sand, to fill in for these bunkers. That way there's a little bit of a difference between what is part of the course and what's just part of the scenery. So with these moss blocks in place, now we know where this L is going to turn and go. I'm thinking this space right here, I want to do just like a long bunker. So what if we just did, oh, I don't know, maybe like this? And then we'll just have it close out like that, maybe. And then actually, I'm thinking if I'm going to have it, we'll have the sand go around that edge. So we'll actually do all of these out one block farther so that these can all be, this will have actual sand filling these spots. And then again, underneath all of these, we'll do the same thing. We'll just cut out an area. And that way, if you get into this, you're underneath the playing level. So it's a little harder to see where the hole is and things like that. I think this will just add a little bit of a challenge without being too insanely painful for anybody to deal with. And then we will also, I'm just going to clear out this lower level, but we're going to fill this all in with normal sand. So this is not going to stay like this forever. Okay, so let's go grab some sand and come back and fill that in and just see how that looks. All right, with 2 shulker boxes of sand in hand, I think we are more than prepared to get this little bunker put together. So let's go and throw this together and just see how it will look. Oh, that's fun. And then we'll, you know, again, in time, we will work on the design to have something kind of come around this. Honestly, I actually kind of want to make it. What if we just expanded it just a little bit? Oh yeah, I think I like that more. I just like that it actually like stays connected and goes with it all the way down there. And then maybe what if we did like a, I don't know, it probably wouldn't be an actual hazard for this one, but like just looking at this, my thought would be that I'm, you know, if I'm playing, I'm going to shoot from there and I'm going to try and just skip all the way through here, you know, because there is this line instead of following the actual, you know, what the fairway does. That maybe we put like a big water thing right here that if you mess up, you end up in water and then you get a penalty for taking the risk. Like, so if, you know, if you don't do it, you get something. I don't know. I want to make it complicated, but easy, but also complicated. So this is what I'm thinking of. So what if we do like a big water feature right here? Just to, I don't know. Let's finish getting this set first and then we'll figure out that water feature. There will be a water feature though. I've settled on that. We just got to figure out how it's going to work. And then I think the hole just needs to be like right here at the end of this. Maybe we'll have it be this last block. So then around here, maybe we just again have it up maybe, but maybe have this platform be like 2 blocks tall. So it'll be like, you know, still a block taller than that one is. What do we got for sand? We have quite a bit of sand. Okay. Let's fill this in. I don't know, something like that. So we've got kind of like this dedicated island for the hole. I do like that actually. I think it needs maybe just a bit more around the back end of it, but I don't mind it. And I kind of like that there's this post here. Because I think that could be an extra challenge. Somebody's, you know, thinking they're shooting for the hole and then they end up hitting the post instead. And I think that could be kind of fun. Okay, I actually like that. So maybe what we'll do is we're just going to let this now melt into this. So we'll do like, I don't know, 3 or 4 there, 3 or 4 there. Yeah, that's okay. So, okay, we'll do that and then we'll let this expand out one more. And I think this could look really nice. I hope it looks really nice. We're going to find out how this looks. Oh, that's pretty good. I like that. Hold on, let's give that an even better view here, but I like that. I think that looks really nice. Because it just kind of slopes directly up to it, and you know, oh geez, everything's spawning over here. But you know that it's, oh my gosh, okay, hold on, thunderstorm. As I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by the thunderstorm, I like the sloping of this. I think it looks really nice. It gives kind of that added challenge, and then here at the top, obviously, this is where the hole itself is going to be. But now that I'm thinking about it, I think it's going to be too hard to tell people to try and land in a 1 block tall hole. So maybe we'll actually have it be a 3x3 space. And then we'll have the post itself that shows where the hole is. We'll have that be in the center. But this way people can actually land in here. And honestly, we're probably going to want to do white concrete because that's what normal golf holes look like. It's got like the white in it. Or maybe we could use some of that. The white terracotta. Hold on. Let's go grab some of that. Okay, I think it would probably look better with white concrete, but for now, I don't think that looks too bad. And it'll just be there in the center, and that's a very, I mean, that is very clear that that is the hole for this first hole. I think that makes a lot of sense. When you're looking from over here, you can see it, and again, we're gonna have a little flag that's right there, that I think that works great. And honestly, I really love... I genuinely, I do really love how we kind of laid out this fairway. So I don't have much to complain about on this one. But now that we've got this actually laid out, I am too into the idea of building this water hazard. So now I want to get over here and try and figure out what this will look like. Now, it's not much just yet, but I really actually like this thing. So I'm debating and I'd love your opinion, whether or not this should actually expand out further this way, or if it being here kind of in between the two letters is fine. Because the thing is, if you shoot from over there and you go straight, you're probably not going to hit it. So it kind of removes the problem of it. But if you're too far to the left, it's likely that you could end up hitting this or getting near this. So I don't know. I'm trying to decide if it needs to be more this way as well, or if it just needs to be this way. But yeah, I just kind of started placing blocks and then digging, and now we've got ourselves a little pond, and I think that's really fun. But with that, I mean, that's at least the rough outline for the first hole complete. I think the only thing I might want to add is just maybe another bunker right here on the kind of on the back end. If you like, say you like overshoot right here or something, like let's just do that. Let's go ahead. We're going to add in another one right here that just lines this edge, and goes back just this way. And it's not going to be, again, not anything terribly crazy, but just something that is here as an obstacle for players to get around. I'm not going to make this one too difficult, considering the hole's right there. That's already enough of kind of a bummer that you found your way into a bunker this close to the hole. So I'm not going to make this one too difficult, but it'll at least be something for people to have to deal with. So if you land over here, you land in a little bit of a bunker. You still got the shot up to the hole. And again, when there's actually a post here, hitting that post will help you, because it should drop you directly into the hole. So that should work just fine. Now we officially have 2 bunkers, a water hazard, the fairway, a hole. The only thing left to do is a tee box, but I really don't know what I want to build it out of. And I also don't know if this is too close, or do we have it like actually start like way over here? Because there's definitely a part of me that's thinking, what if we had like a minecart system from over there that was called like, you know, like golf carts, you know, and took you over here. I don't know. I think that could be funny. But takes you over here, and then the only thing you can see is maybe the flag peeking up above. So it gives you kind of an idea of where to go. But then that makes me feel like we should add something in between here. So maybe that's too difficult. So maybe we do just shoot for, I don't know, can you see it from over here? No, but you can see the L. I'd much rather be able to see the hole that we're shooting at. So I do think it makes the most sense to have it be on one of these rocks. And maybe we'll have it be here. And in time, if people get really good at this, we could also add multiple tee boxes to add difficulty to it. So that's something we can also keep in mind. But for now, we'll say that this is the tee box. And I don't know what I want to use for it right now. So maybe we'll just continue to use moss, and then we'll change this again in time. But considering the hole is that way, I want to make it very clear that that's where we're shooting. So maybe if we just do a little thing like this, that'll work. Oh, and you know what? As I'm doing this, I'm just realizing whatever we do, we have to be able to get out of water in. So maybe we just have it like this, and this will be like the water section. So we know it's facing this way because the tee box is facing this way. So we got to go that way. The water will fill in right here. Okay, I'm seeing the vision. Let's go get some water and we'll give this hole a try for ourselves. There we go. Okay. So, how this works, and I kind of explained this last time, is you will get into the tee box and then you'll probably want to make sure that these two are very close to each other. You'll throw yourself and then you'll throw a pearl, and oh my gosh, I threw that hard. So look, this is what I was talking about. So, oh, you can overshoot into water. Maybe we don't have to change it. There's actually already a water hazard over here. Okay, well that kind of helps out a bit. So I've definitely overshot, but let's imagine that there is a post there. So I'm just going to aim at the diorite that we've put there. And hopefully we can make it in two. Imagine getting a cheeky little birdie on our first try. I'm trying to heal before I do that. Okay, let's give it a try. Yeah, there we go. It's not a hole in one, but two is pretty good. So that is how that'll work. I actually really like that, and I genuinely like that there is actually a threat that way. I didn't even think about that earlier, but that actually works out really, really well. Something I don't like is how there's just random, like, I don't know. I don't think the sand blends very well since we've done the terraforming. So I'm going to cut that down. There we go. Okay. I think that worked out really well. So, I mean, obviously there are different ways to play it. You could definitely shoot this way and try and bounce off maybe one of these and get there. So lots of things to try and figure out while doing this. The one thing I do have a concern about was how much damage I took when I used Riptide, because the fall damage that I took was immense. Like, just look at this. Oh, hey, look, that was a terrible throw. But, you know, the fall damage took us just to about half. So maybe we need to figure out maybe this just needs to be like a water area for people to land, just so that while their ender pearl is flying, they're not risking their own death. But hey, I think that works. I think that works really, really well. So I am going to go ahead and say that is all the time that I have for today. But before we wrap it up, I would love to go and get us like a map or something so that we can actually track the progress we are making as we develop kind of each one of these holes. So let's go get a few maps, and then we'll make just kind of I don't know, up there somewhere. We'll just have a little spot where we can track the progress as we develop more and more of this course. All right, with 4 maps in hand, let's see if we can't make just a little picture here to work with. So we'll start here. Oh, we're actually kind of on the edge of that one. So we'll fly around to get this all filled out, and then we'll also get the other side of that. We might not even need to have 4 maps though, which is nice. Let's get over to just the other side here and make another one of these. There we go. That's the L. And then we got the U, C, part of the I. And then I think once we get to the other side of this I, we'll be able to do the whole thing. There it is. Okay. Sweet. Well, I thought that was going to take 4, but it only took 3. So that is fantastic. So what we can do now is just set up a little thing here for us to have for our own review, to be paying attention to what our progress is here along the way for this. And right now I don't have any item frames, but if there's an unlucky cow anywhere, maybe we could get some. Why am I always on the hunt for leather? Okay, with our leather now in hand, we're just gonna make just a cute little display here, and then we'll grab our item frames and get these all into place. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. That looks really cool, and also I really like how this looks. Like I said, this kind of this sloping out to where the hole is. I really like that. Okay, I'm liking it. But as I said, that is all the time that I have for today. So I very much hope that you enjoyed today's episode and you're looking forward to the rest of the build that we are going to be doing here, along with some of the other builds that I alluded to here in today's episode. But anyway, if you're new or you find yourself coming back, consider subscribing. We would love to have you here. But regardless, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you soon.